My dear friends, in this video, I am going to discuss eco-friendly shrimp farming. Otherwise, it is called organic shrimp farming. How this eco-friendly or organic shrimp farming is differ from regular shrimp farming. In regular shrimp farming, the farmers used chemicals, that is synthetic materials, even some of the hormones, probiotics, and so on for their culture. But in eco-friendly or organic shrimp farming, we are strictly prohibited to use the chemicals and probiotics, even antibiotics, so that it will not contaminate the environment as well as the consumer, those who eating organically produced shrimps may not get any problem, health hazards. And if they are eating the regular shrimp production, shrimps in produced in a regular manner, definitely they will have some health hazards. So that is the main aim of this project. It is a part of RUSA project, and overall it will not pollute the environment. See that in normal shrimp farming, we are using chemicals, antibiotics, probiotics, and so on. Definitely it create health hazards, and also it affect the environment. It pollute the environment. See that the chemicals and antibiotics we are using in the farm, after sometimes we are pumping out this to the natural environment, it affects the natural environment also. Suppose we are practicing that organic farming, it will not pollute the environment because we are not using chemicals and antibiotics. So, how to prevent this environmental hazards or health hazards? So, you have to go for organic farming, and it is eco-friendly, it is not pollute the environment, and it will not affect the consumer. So, consumer nowadays prefer, it is very common in agriculture. Now it is also very common in shrimps. The consumer preference for the organically produced shrimps are going up. And before that, before starting off our organic shrimp farming, we visited many shrimp farms in Kannur district, and 80% of the farmers, they are practicing regular way of shrimp farming, that is they are using chemicals, antibiotics, probiotics, and so on. So that we started organic shrimp farming, and we want to popularize this organic shrimp farming to the farmers as well as the students. So that pond what we have used is already utilized for the production of shrimps. So that the major investment is not there, because already the pond is used, and just dry the pond. Whatever the water is available, it is drained, and we are drying the pond. Then after that, we just taking the superficial layer, that is we call it scrapping, and we are exposing the soil by the way of plugging or tilting. So the soil is exposed to the sunlight, and some of the predators or microorganisms which are present in the soil is killed. Then we are applying lime. Before that, we are checking the pH. pH is accordingly we are calculating the amount of lime. So lime is usage of lime is accepted in organic farming. Then this is the bird fencing. So birds are usually create problem in farms. So that bird fencing is there, and crab also. it is a predator, and it entered into your culture pond and started eating of your shrimp farms, and even some of the reptiles which is entering into the pond and create problems. So that these are the fencing to prevent the crab as well as many reptilia. Then see that in most of the work in our farm is carried out by our students from CS Marine Biology, both Marine Biology, MSc Marine Biology, MSc Aquaculture, and BFSc, as well as BWork students. See that they are preparing for fencing around the bunch of shrimp farming. Then in this slide you can see the pumping of water from the water source. So this pond is actually situated just opposite to our CS Marine Biology, and in that area you can see three type of environment. So Vellar Estuary is there. In our center, just opposite to our center, we call it Vellar Estuary. It is actually a freshwater Vellar. It is started from Sherwin Hills in Salem, and it is traveling nearly 400 kilometers and finally reaching into Bay of Bengal. And in front of our center, we call it Vellar Estuary because the water from seawater that is from your Bay of Bengal is entering into this freshwater area. So freshwater as well as seawater is mixing together. We call it Vellar Estuary. So only from this pond you can see the Bay of Bengal is situated just 500 kilometers. It's not 500 meters, not 500 kilometers. So during high tide, it is entering into this area, and that is pumped into the pond. And the water is filtered with 30 micron size filter bag, so that the crustacean larvae and other larval forms are filtered. Even fish larval forms are filtered in this filter bag. After filling the water, we are going for bleaching. The bleaching is entirely done by our CS Marine Biology students. So bleaching also accepted because bleaching you will have chlorine. It will kill some predator fishes as well as other crustacean larval forms. So that is why we are using that. And usually inorganic and organic organic and inorganic fertilizers are used for phytoplankton growth, but in our experiment we are not used any organic or inorganic fertilizers. We used only this the fermented material, that is by using various ingredients, that is sugar 30 kg and rice bran 20 kg and wheat bran 20 kg and maida 20 kg, curd 2 to 4 liters and yeast. This is mixed together for and it is kept for 3 days. After that it is used for 3 days, right? So it is what is the beauty of this fermented material, isn't it? So we are not using that organic or inorganic fertilizers. Usually urea, super monophosphate and so many things are used, but here we used only this fermented materials. So the rice bran, wheat bran and this actually supply NPK, which will enhance the phytoplankton growth. So that for phytoplankton growth we are not using any inorganic or organic farming, only this fermented material. And not only that, It is also used as a feed. Some of the we have even witnessed the larval farms started eating up this one. It is regularly from starting from the end of the harvest. We are using that fermentation material, isn't it? So it actually decrease the investment cost, and it is enhance phytoplankton growth, as well as it also maintain the water quality parameters. We have not used probiotics to maintain the water quality, only this fermented material, and it is the fermented materials also acted as a feed for our larval farms or our seeds. So that is the beauty of this fermented materials. Then we went to Vandar Hatchery for seeds. Our students went to Vandar Hatchery and purchased seeds, and it is transported through the vehicle and finally reached to the site. And we introduced the seeds, that is PL10, in evening hours. So this is the aerator, because the stocking density is high. So aeration is very much needed. So we used aerators to keep the dissolved oxygen in the water. And we regularly monitor water quality parameter. Organic farming is successful because of the water quality parameters. We have to maintain the water quality parameters. We have checked the temperature every day. Usually the temperature range is 27 to 30 degrees C. It is ideal. And dissolved oxygen is 4.1 to 4.5, because we have used aerator, especially in night time and also cloudy days. If necessary, we are using aerators in the daytime also. The pH is around 8 to 8.5, and the salinity is 22 to 28 ppt, and ammonia level is always less. Its ammonia level is, we have monitored and maintained water quality parameters, as well as feed. We are not feed excess. We are not allowed to accumulate in the bottom. Suppose if feed is accumulated in excess, this organic waste actually create problem in pond. Especially you will get ammonia. Suppose ammonium is more than 1 ppm, definitely animal will die. So we maintained regular environmental parameters, and this is feeding. So we are used BMR feed, and for 3 times. Approximately first DOC, that is first day of culture, 1 kg, and it is divided into 3 pots, and we have started to feeding 7 a.m., 12 a.m. and 4 p.m. Likewise, suppose 10th day of culture, we are using 10 kg of feeds, and it is divided into 3, and it is based on our experience. So mostly the students are already experienced in this shrimp farming, so the fellows are used, and most of the destination work they are framed in this work, and many publication is waiting. See that all we used students. Then we regularly going for sampling. Sampling is to see the weight of the animal and length of the animal, and we see the health status of that animal, and accordingly feeding schedule we plan after sampling. And finally harvested on the 5th day of harvest. Usually the harvest will be 120 days. After 120 days of culture, but we want to standardize the water quality parameters and other things before go for the mass culture. so that in limited facilities and limited days, we standardize everything, and next culture will be in big way. So fifth day we harvested, right? There are by using drag nets for harvesting. There is a separate group is there, isn't it? We just call them, and they are by using drag nets. There are two types of harvesting. You have to drain the water through outlet, right? By using cast net operation and hand picking. That is also there, but in our case we used drag net 3 or 4 times. Mostly we caught the shrimps. So the shrimp is now graded, and see that it is packed with ice and it is going to the processing unit. So this is the details of organic culture. The area is 0.7 hectare, and initial stocking is 3 lakhs, and approximately the density will be 42 numbers per meter square. And I already mentioned the culture period is 50 days, and the average body weight is 10 to 15 grams. In regular shrimp farming, we are not getting this much average body weight, maybe 8 to 10, below 8 to 10 gram. But in organic farming, the growth is very fast. Because we are using two types of feeds. One is BMR feed, as well as that fermented material that is also used as a feed, and our environmental monitoring is pakka, so that the growth is very fast. Then average body is 10.8 to 13.8 centimeter, and we got survival rate is 98%. Usually 60 to 80% survival was reported so far, but our case 98% of survival. And what we got out of it, right? So out of this organic farming, what we got? So we got maximum growth in 50 days and maximum survival, and this is because we are applying organic fermentation, and we are not using any chemicals and probiotics, and we maintain the regular water, proper water quality, and also feed management, and we are not utilized any chemicals and probiotics. And in this farming activity, we mostly involved our students, and we trained some of the local farmers. And finally, we confirmed that low investment is, when compared to regular shrimp farming, low investment is necessary, because we are not using major chemicals, as well as probiotics, and even synthetic material. We only use natural products. So it is ideal for poor farmers, and above all, it is not pollute the environment. The culture pond is not polluted, because we are not using any chemicals, and we are pumping our water which is entering into the main stream. Main water source also not polluted. So that is the benefit we got out of this organic shrimp farming. No environmental degradation. So from this we are advising, we are going to train the farmers shortly for this organic farming. They are not familiar with organic farming. They are only familiar with regular farming activities using chemicals and probiotics, even antibiotics. So we shortly going to organize the farmers, and we just transfer this technology to the farmers. So this is the various recipes prepared out of this shrimp, and some of the common diseases are reported in this is block gill disease, This is due to deficiency of ascorbic acid in the feed. So usually the gills are black in color. And another disease, infectious hypodermal and hematopoietic necrosis virus. And white muscle disease, the muscle is white in color, and white spot syndrome virus. It is very common, and white gut diseases or white fecal diseases. Then early mortality syndrome, it is happening within 1 month of stalking. And luminous fibrosis, cell diseases, this is due to Vibrio, and ciliate infestation due to some protozoans like Vorticella, Epicelis, Jujandam, etc. So organic farming is not pollute the environment, and also it will not affect the health status of the consumer preference. So it is best culture, and we are advising this to the students as well as the farmers community to start the organic farming, because agriculture it is already practiced, and the consumer is ready to purchase this organically produced agriculture materials because they are ready to offer. And this is even common nowadays. It is common, and it is coming up in shrimp culture also. Thank you very much.